Welcome to Elder Zen. Hit subscribe for simple health tips made just for seniors. Stay tuned. Your next great day starts here. Have you ever sat down at your kitchen table, maybe with your favorite mug of tea, and wondered if there's more you could be doing every day to keep your body strong and healthy as you age? So many of us, especially as we get older, begin to think about health a little differently. Maybe you've already made changes, taking your walks, stretching each morning, or drinking more water. But what if I told you that the answer to better health might be hiding right in your refrigerator, or even on your dinner plate? It's true. The foods you choose every single day can have an incredible impact on your well-being, not just in ways you can see or feel, like a trimmer waistline or stronger bones, but in ways that protect you silently deep inside your body. One of the most important and often overlooked ways food can help is by reducing your risk of pulmonary embolism, or a dangerous blood clot that travels to your lungs and can threaten your life in an instant. Now, if you're like most people, you probably don't wake up each morning worrying about blood clots. They seem like one of those medical problems that just happens out of nowhere, often to someone else. But here's the real story. While age and certain medical conditions do raise your risk, the choices you make every day, including what you eat, can truly tip the balance between risk and safety. Imagine this. Every meal is like a vote for your future health. With the right foods, you're quietly helping your blood stay smooth and flowing, your blood vessels flexible, and your body's natural defenses strong. No, you don't need fancy supplements, miracle cures, or expensive superfoods. Many of the best foods for clot prevention are simple, affordable, and probably already sitting in your pantry or at your local market. And the best part? They taste good too. So why do foods matter so much when it comes to blood clots and pulmonary embolism? The science is both fascinating and hopeful. Some foods thin the blood naturally, others reduce inflammation, strengthen your blood vessels, or provide important nutrients like magnesium, vitamin K, and omega-3, all of which play a crucial role in keeping your circulatory system running smoothly. And yes, science backs it up. Seniors who eat a balanced, wholesome diet packed with certain foods have a significantly lower risk of developing blood clots, heart attacks, and strokes. You might be surprised to learn that the foods that help protect against PE aren't exotic or hard to find. In fact, you might already enjoy some of them every day without realizing their hidden benefits. Maybe it's the handful of nuts you snack on while reading the newspaper, the fresh spinach in your salad, the salmon you grill on Sundays, or even the simple glass of water you sip between meals. Each of these foods can add up to a powerful shield for your health, quietly working behind the scenes to help you stay independent, active, and vibrant. But here's the catch. Not all healthy foods are created equal when it comes to blood clot prevention. And some so-called health trends, like cutting out all fats or going too heavy on salty snacks, can actually backfire and increase your risk. That's why today, we're going to cut through the noise and focus on real, everyday foods, backed by science and loved by seniors around the world. Whether you're cooking for yourself, sharing meals with family, or just looking for simple ways to add more protection to your routine, this video is for you. We'll break down the top 7 everyday foods that research shows can lower your risk of pulmonary embolism, foods that are easy to find, easy to prepare, and easy to enjoy. Along the way, I'll share practical tips for building these foods into your meals, personal stories from people who've seen real changes, and simple swaps that can make your diet a true ally in the fight for better health. So, are you ready to take control of your health? One delicious bite at a time. Let's turn your kitchen into your greatest line of defense and discover together just how powerful food can be in protecting you and your loved ones from the silent danger of pulmonary embolism. Grab your notepad, settle in, and let's get started on a journey toward tastier meals, stronger bodies, and many more years of vibrant, independent living. Because every forkful truly counts. Now that we've set the stage for just how much your daily choices matter, let's zoom in on the condition at the heart of our conversation: pulmonary embolism, or PEI. This isn't just another medical buzzword, nor is it a far-off danger you can ignore. Pulmonary embolism is real, it's immediate. And most importantly, it's something you have more control over than you might think. But what exactly is a pulmonary embolism? And why should it matter to you, especially as you get older? Let's break it down together, step by step, in a way that feels less like a biology lecture and more like a chat over coffee with a friend who genuinely cares. First, imagine your lungs, two miraculous, spongy organs that keep you alive with every breath. Every single inhale fills your blood with oxygen, which is then pumped throughout your body to nourish your heart, brain, and muscles. This process relies on a constant, uninterrupted flow of blood through the delicate vessels inside your lungs. Now, picture what happens when something blocks that flow. That something is a pulmonary embolism. A sudden, dangerous blockage in the arteries of your lungs. This isn't just about feeling short of breath after a walk. PE can strike like a bolt of lightning. One moment you're fine, the next, you're gasping for air, clutching your chest, or feeling dizzy and confused. The scary thing is that, for many people, the signs creep up slowly or are mistaken for just getting older. Maybe you notice you can't catch your breath as easily as you used to. Maybe your heart seems to pound a little harder when you climb the stairs, or you feel unusually tired after simple tasks. These whispers from your body are easy to ignore, but they're worth paying attention to. Why? Because a pulmonary embolism starves your body of the oxygen it needs, putting incredible strain on your heart and every other organ. The larger the blockage, the more severe the emergency. In some cases, PEI can be fatal within minutes. In others, it lingers, making you weaker and more vulnerable each day. The impact goes beyond physical symptoms, too, for many seniors. A sudden health scare like this can shake your confidence, disrupt your independence, and cast a shadow over the activities you love most. But here's where hope enters the story. You're not powerless in the face of pulmonary embolism. In fact, knowledge and awareness are your greatest allies. The more you understand what PEI is, how it develops, and what warning signs to look for, the more prepared you'll be to act either to prevent it altogether or to get help quickly if it strikes. So, how does pulmonary embolism happen in the first place? Most often, it starts with a blood clot that forms elsewhere in the body, such as the deep veins of the legs. But instead of staying put, this clot breaks loose and travels through the bloodstream, eventually lodging itself in the vessels of the lungs. That's when the real trouble begins. Your lungs can't exchange oxygen the way they should. Your heart has to work double time, and your body goes into crisis mode. Of course, some people have higher risks, those who have been immobile after surgery, seniors with chronic illnesses, or anyone who has a history of clotting problems. But PEI can surprise even those who consider themselves healthy and active. That's why it's so important to listen to your body and never brush off unusual shortness of breath, chest pain, sudden fatigue, or lightheadedness, especially if these symptoms come on quickly or feel different than your normal. Let's pause for a moment and let that sink in. Pulmonary embolism isn't just a word on a chart. It's an experience that can change everything in the blink of an eye. Yet, with the right knowledge and daily habits like making wise food choices, staying hydrated, and moving regularly, you're already stacking the odds in your favor. In our next segment, we'll dive into the specific foods that can quietly support your lungs, your heart, and your overall health, making each meal a small act of prevention. For now, remember, your breath is precious, your body is wise, And every bit of care you give yourself matters today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Now that we've uncovered the real risks and hidden dangers of pulmonary embolism, let's shift our focus from fear to empowerment. Because here's the good news. Some of the most powerful tools for prevention are already in your kitchen, right now. Yes, the food you choose every day can make a genuine difference, giving your body the silent strength it needs to stay healthy and resilient. You see, many people think preventing a condition like pulmonary embolism requires complicated medical treatments or endless prescriptions. But science shows that simple, wholesome foods enjoyed regularly and mindfully can quietly fortify your body's natural defenses. It's not about strict diets or giving up everything you love. It's about making small, tasty choices that plows and masticate. Choices that add up to a bigger impact over time. So how exactly can your meals help protect you? Let's break it down, step by step. The right foods can support your blood vessels, keep your circulation strong, and even help manage the chronic conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes that often raise the risk of pulmonary embolism. What you eat becomes the building block for every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of life you want to enjoy. Let's start our journey through the top 7 everyday foods you can add to your routine, foods that don't just taste great, but help guard your lungs and heart from the inside out. First up are leafy greens. Spinach, kale, collard greens, and Swiss chard are loaded with vitamins, minerals, and plant-based compounds that keep your blood vessels flexible and strong. Toss them into salads, blend them in smoothies, or saute them with garlic for an easy, flavorful side dish. Next on the list, fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and trout. These aren't just delicious, they're packed with omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and help maintain healthy blood flow. Don't be afraid to experiment with new recipes, from oven-baked fillets to hearty fish stews. Moving along, let's not forget berries. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are bursting with antioxidants that fight inflammation and support your body's repair systems. Sprinkle them over oatmeal or yogurt, or simply enjoy them as a sweet afternoon snack. Another unsung hero is the humble garlic. Fresh garlic has natural properties that can gently thin the blood and protect your vessels. Add minced garlic to soups, sauces, crew and stir-fries for a flavorful boost that's good for your heart and lungs. Don't overlook nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, flax seeds, and chia seeds are tiny nutritional powerhouses. They provide healthy fats, protein, and fiber, all supporting circulation and overall cardiovascular health. Sprinkle seeds over cereal or grab a small handful of nuts between meals. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, and barley are another daily must-have. They help regulate blood sugar, keep you feeling full, and provide steady energy without the sugar spikes and crashes that can lead to trouble down the road. Swap out white bread or pasta for a hearty whole grain alternative whenever you can. Finally, citrus fruits like oranges and grapefruits deserve a special mention. These vitamin C-rich foods not only boost your immune system, but also help reduce inflammation and keep your blood vessels in tip-top shape. A glass of fresh orange juice in the morning, or a few slices of grapefruit with breakfast, can start your day off right. But it's not just about individual foods, it's about the rhythm of your whole diet. Try to fill your plate with a rainbow of colors, flavors, and textures. Celebrate fresh produce, enjoy home-cooked meals when possible, and share these foods with friends or family for even more benefits. And if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, start small. Maybe try one new food each week, or find a healthy swap for a favorite dish. Every little step you take builds momentum, and before long, you'll find your meals are not only tastier, but they're actively protecting your health. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. Invite your loved ones to join you, swap recipes, cook together, and celebrate your progress. Let your kitchen become your pharmacy, your table a source of strength, and your meals a daily investment in a brighter, healthier future. In our next segment, we'll talk about simple lifestyle changes that pair perfectly with these food choices, making your path to prevention even smoother. For now, keep savoring each bite, knowing that you're giving your body exactly what it needs to. Thrive one meal, one day, one habit at a time. Let's keep the momentum going, now that we've explored how everyday foods can quietly work in your favor. Let's talk about what happens outside the kitchen, because what you do throughout your day is just as important as what you put on your plate. In fact, daily routines and small physical habits may hold the missing key to protecting your lungs and overall health as you age. Have you ever noticed how easy it is for time to slip by an hour or two on the couch with a good book? An afternoon spent watching your favorite shows, or perhaps a long, peaceful nap after lunch. While rest is important, it's the gentle movements and simple activities scattered through your day that help keep your blood flowing smoothly and safely. You see, it's one of the main culprits behind pulmonary embolism is slow-moving blood. The longer your blood sits still in your legs, the greater the risk that a tiny clot can form and, if left unchecked, travel to your lungs. But here's the good news. You don't have to run marathons or join a gym to protect yourself. Even small, easy habits can make a big difference, no matter your age or fitness level. For instance, try to make it a routine to stand up and stretch at least once every hour. You could set a timer or simply use commercial breaks during your favorite TV show as a gentle reminder. March in place for a minute, roll your ankles, or swing your arms. These movements may seem simple, but they wake up your muscles and get your blood moving. If you find it hard to walk or stand for long, don't worry, seated movements can be just as effective. Try gentle foot pumps, rotating your ankles, or doing a few arm circles from the comfort of your chair. Even deep, slow breathing helps oxygenate your blood and keeps your lungs strong. And don't forget the power of hydration. As we mentioned in the previous segment, staying hydrated is crucial not just for digestion or keeping your skin healthy, but for keeping your blood thin enough to flow freely. Keep a bottle of water nearby and sip throughout the day. If you find plain water boring, try adding a slice of lemon, a sprig of mint, or even a few fresh berries to infuse some natural flavor. Let's also talk about posture. Sitting up straight, whether at the table or in your favorite chair, helps your circulation. Crossing your legs for hours can restrict blood flow. So try to keep both feet flat on the floor or propped up on a low stool whenever you can. Sleep plays a role too. Make sure you're getting enough rest, but also try to avoid spending long periods in bed during the day. If you have to stay in bed after an illness or surgery, ask your healthcare team for simple exercises you can do while lying down, like wiggling your toes, flexing your feet, or tightening and relaxing your calf muscles. These tiny movements can mean the difference between safety and risk. Now, let's not overlook the importance of regular checkups and open communication with your healthcare provider. Schedule routine appointments, keep track of your blood pressure, blood sugar, and cholesterol, and discuss any changes you notice, especially swelling, unexplained pain, or sudden shortness of breath. No concern is too small to mention. Early detection is a powerful form of prevention, and don't underestimate the value of companionship. Invite a friend or family member to join you for a daily walk, chair exercise routine, or even a healthy meal. Social support not only makes good habits more enjoyable, but it also keeps your spirits high, a crucial ingredient for long-term well-being, as you weave these small actions into the fabric of your day. Remember, consistency is your ally. Habits don't need to be grand or perfect. Every little effort, repeated often, adds up, creating a shield against pulmonary embolism and building a lifestyle that supports strength, independence, and joy. So as we look ahead to the next segment, keep these gentle reminders in mind. Movement, hydration, posture, rest, medical check-ins, and social connection. Each is a thread in the tapestry of a life well lived and well protected. Let's keep moving forward, one mindful choice at a time, as we continue this journey toward a safer, healthier future together. But even as we embrace these simple daily habits, it's only honest to acknowledge the real-world obstacles that sometimes get in our way. You know what I mean, those days when your joints ache more than usual, when energy is low, or when the weather simply isn't cooperating. Maybe it's the challenge of living alone, or the understandable fear of falling or overexerting yourself. These are real concerns, and you're not alone in facing them. So, how do we stay on track even when life throws a curveball? First, let's remember that every journey has its ups and downs. It's normal to feel less motivated at times or to encounter setbacks. The key is not to give up, but to find gentle ways to keep moving forward, even if your steps are smaller than before. Let's start with pain or mobility issues. If you struggle with arthritis, old injuries, or general stiffness, try focusing on flexibility and strength within your own comfort zone. Gentle stretching each morning can help loosen tight muscles. If you find standing painful, don't discount the power of chair exercises. Seated marching, ankle rotations, even squeezing a soft ball with your hands can stimulate circulation and keep your muscles engaged. Next, consider the challenge of motivation. Maybe you feel a little lonely, or maybe you simply don't feel like exercising today. One helpful approach is to tie your movement to something you already enjoy. For instance, stand up and stretch while waiting for the kettle to boil, or march in place during commercial breaks. Invite a friend or neighbor to join you for a walk, or call a loved one while you stretch. Making healthy habits social turns them into something to look forward to, not just another chore. Now, let's talk about weather and environment. Rainy days or high summer heat can easily sideline your outdoor plans, but don't let the elements stop you from staying active. You can create a little walking circuit in your living room, hallway, or even march in place by your favorite window. There are also countless free exercise videos online. Just be sure to choose routines designed for seniors or beginners. To keep things safe and manageable, hydration can be another sticking point, especially when you don't feel thirsty. Here's a simple trick. Set a timer on your phone or use sticky notes as reminders to take a sip of water throughout the day. If you get bored of plain water, add a splash of juice, a slice of cucumber, or a few fresh berries for a touch of flavor. Keeping a colorful water bottle within arm's reach can also serve as a helpful visual cue for those managing chronic conditions or a busy schedule of medications. It can feel overwhelming to add another task to your daily routine. But think of it not as another burden, but as a form of self-care, a small promise to yourself. Try pairing new habits with existing ones. Drink a glass of water every time you take your medication, or do a minute of stretches before breakfast, or after brushing your teeth. Importantly, if you live alone, don't be afraid to reach out for support. Let your family, friends, or neighbors know about your health goals. Maybe you can check in with someone each day, or set up a system where they call if you haven't been active for a while. Community resources, senior centers, and local exercise groups can all provide connection and encouragement. And if you ever slip up, if you miss a day, forget to move, or fall behind on your hydration, please be gentle with yourself. Progress is rarely perfect. What matters most is that you keep coming back, keep making those small choices, and keep believing in your own resilience. Remember, overcoming barriers isn't about being flawless. It's about being flexible, compassionate, and creative, finding ways to honor your health even when it feels tough. Each time you adapt, each time you start again, you're strengthening not just your body, but your sense of purpose and hope. So let's keep going, together, finding new ways to stay safe, strong, and full of life. As we journey together through the many ways to protect yourself from pulmonary embolism, let's take a moment to talk about something that often goes overlooked: celebrating your progress. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to focus only on the end goal or to feel discouraged when results aren't instant. But the truth is, every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory worth honoring. Progress isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's simply noticing that you feel a little less tired after climbing the stairs, or that your morning walk lasts a few minutes longer than before. Maybe your doctor gives you a small nod of approval at your checkup, or you discover that you're reaching for water more often without needing a reminder. These may seem like little things, but together, they add up to a life that's not just longer, but richer and more independent. So, how do we recognize and celebrate these moments? First, pay attention to the signs your body gives you. Do you notice more spring in your step or less swelling in your ankles after a week of gentle movement? Has your sleep improved since you started a new bedtime routine? Do you feel more confident going about your daily activities, knowing that you're caring for your health with intention? These subtle changes are signs that your efforts are working, even if the progress is gradual. Next, consider sharing your wins with someone you trust. Maybe you call a friend or family member to tell them about your new stretching routine, or share a healthy recipe you enjoyed. These conversations not only reinforce your own commitment, but might inspire others to join you on the path to better health. There's something special about knowing you're not walking this journey. Alone support and encouragement go both ways. You might also find it helpful to keep a simple journal or calendar. Write down your goals and record each day's achievements, no matter how minor. Did you remember to hydrate today? Did you stretch while waiting for your tea? Over time, you'll see just how far you've come. And these notes will serve as gentle reminders of your resilience and dedication. And on tougher days, because we all have them, looking back on your own words can give you the boost you need to keep moving forward. Another way to keep spirits high is to set small, realistic challenges for yourself. For example, try adding one extra lap to your daily walk, or practice a new chair exercise this week. When you reach a milestone, reward yourself maybe with a favorite treat, a new book, or simply an afternoon spent doing something you love. Remember, rewards don't have to be grand. The important thing is that you acknowledge your efforts and take pride in your journey. Let's not forget the power of community. Whether it's a local senior group, an online support forum, or a weekly phone call with friends, sharing your successes and struggles can help you feel understood and motivated. In fact, you might be surprised at how your story can encourage someone else who's just beginning their own path to recovery and prevention. Finally, practice self-compassion. If you ever miss a goal or fall short of your expectations, remember that you're human. Progress is about persistence, not perfection. What matters is that you get up and try again, armed with the knowledge that every day is a new opportunity to take care of yourself. So, as we continue learning about preventing pulmonary embolism, let's carry this mindset with us. Celebrate every small win. They are the building blocks of lasting change and the key to a vibrant, independent life. Keep cheering yourself on because you deserve every bit of pride and joy along the way. Now that we've talked about celebrating progress, let's turn our attention to something just as important: consistency and resilience, especially in the face of setbacks. If there's one thing I've learned from talking to people of all ages and especially to seniors, it's that real, meaningful change rarely happens in a straight line. Some days, you'll feel energized and motivated, ticking off every box on your healthy habits list. Other days, you might wake up with aches and pains or find your enthusiasm running low. That's normal. The journey toward protecting yourself from pulmonary embolism or any health challenge is filled with ups and downs. But here's the secret: the small actions you repeat most often are the ones that matter most. Consistency doesn't mean being perfect. It means showing up for yourself over and over again, even if you have to take things slowly. Maybe you're someone who's already experienced a pulmonary embolism and recovery feels like a mountain climb. Or perhaps you're making changes to prevent one in the future. Either way, progress is possible, and setbacks don't erase your hard work. Let's pause for a moment to think about those tougher days. Maybe you skip your walk because of rain, or you forget to stretch because of a busy morning. Perhaps you indulge in some comfort food, or simply feel overwhelmed by health worries. If this sounds familiar, take a deep breath and remember, one off day does not undo your journey. In fact, it's on these days that self-compassion is most needed. What can you do to get back on track? Start small. Choose just one thing to focus on today. Maybe it's drinking an extra glass of water, or standing up and stretching during a commercial break. When you keep your goals realistic, you set yourself up for success, and each little win builds your confidence to continue. Over time, these choices become habits, and habits become your way of life. It also helps to plan for challenges in advance. If you know you have a busy week ahead, try scheduling your movement and meal times, or set reminders for your medications. If motivation feels low, reach out to a friend, neighbor, or support group. Even a quick chat can lift your spirits and help you regain momentum. And if you've experienced a setback due to illness or a hospital stay, remember to follow your care team's advice and celebrate every bit of progress. No matter how slow, taught stories from others can be powerful guides, too. Let's consider Dorothy, a 76-year-old who struggled with consistency after her hospitalization for pulmonary embolism. Some mornings she felt discouraged, frustrated that her energy wasn't what it used to be. But with encouragement from her family, she began setting tiny, achievable goals, walking to her mailbox, practicing ankle rolls while reading, or journaling her symptoms. Over time, Dorothy not only regained strength, but also rediscovered her sense of accomplishment. Every small step was worth it, she says. Even the hard days taught me something about my own resilience. So, if you're facing a setback right now, know that you're not alone. Everyone's path looks different, and every experience is valid. What matters most is your willingness to keep trying, to lean on your support network, and to forgive yourself on the days when things don't go as planned. Let's remind ourselves, staying consistent isn't about being flawless, it's about being gentle and persistent with yourself. Every day you show up, you invest in your future independence and peace of mind. And every time you overcome a setback, you prove to yourself and to those around you that hope and health are always within reach. So let's keep moving forward, one step, one habit, and one hopeful day at a time. As we continue this journey together, let's talk about one of the most overlooked, yet most powerful, elements of lasting recovery and prevention: the support system around you. You see, while so much health advice focuses on what you alone can do, your daily steps, your meals, your medications, the truth is, none of us walks this road by ourselves. Connection, encouragement, and a sense of belonging can turn even the most daunting challenge into something manageable. So what does a real support system look like? It can be as simple as a neighbor who waves at you every morning, or as profound as a close friend or family member who checks in on your progress. Sometimes it's a spouse, a son or daughter, or even a grandchild who inspires you to keep going. But support can also come from places you might not expect. A local walking group, a church community, a class at the senior center, or an online forum filled with others who understand exactly what you're experiencing. Let's pause and remember that reaching out isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and wisdom. When you share your goals with others, you're far more likely to achieve them. Maybe you invite a friend to join you on daily walks, or you and your sister remind each other to drink more water throughout the day. Perhaps you team up with a neighbor for healthy grocery shopping, or join a virtual class for gentle exercise and stretching. Even sharing your setbacks can turn a moment of discouragement into a new source of motivation, especially when someone else responds, "I've been there too, and I know you can get back on track." And let's not forget about professional support. Your doctor, nurse, or physical therapist can be your best allies, providing advice tailored to your needs and cheering you on every step of the way. Never hesitate to ask questions or share concerns, even if they seem small. Sometimes just knowing that someone is listening can ease your mind and lift your spirits. Let me share the story of Frank, age 69, who had always considered himself fiercely independent. After his pulmonary embolism, he was frustrated by the slow pace of recovery and reluctant to ask for help. But with gentle encouragement from his daughter, he joined a local walking group. To his surprise, he found not only motivation, but friendship and laughter along the way. Over time, his daily walks became the highlight of his routine, and he credits his new friends for helping him regain both his health and his optimism. "I thought I had to do it alone," Frank admits, but opening up made all the difference. Building your own support system doesn't have to be complicated. Start small. Call a friend, reach out to a neighbor, or join a community group. If you're more comfortable online, there are forums and social media groups dedicated to seniors recovering from pulmonary embolism or managing chronic health conditions. Sharing your experiences, both triumphs and struggles, not only helps you, but can inspire others walking the same path. Remember, asking for help is never a burden. It's an invitation to deeper connection. The act of supporting one another transforms challenges into opportunities for growth, resilience, and even joy. And as you build your network of support, you're not just investing in your health, but also in your happiness and sense of purpose. So as you move forward, cherish the relationships in your life. Lean on others when you need it, and offer a helping hand when you can. Together, you and your support system can create a circle of strength, hope, and encouragement that carries you through any storm. This is your journey, but you never have to walk it alone. Let's keep lifting each other up, one step and one story at a time. And so, as we bring this journey to a close, let's take a moment to truly reflect on everything we've explored together. Whether you're here because you faced a health scare yourself, you're caring for a loved one, or simply because you're the kind of person who wants to be prepared for whatever life may bring, I want you to feel proud, deeply proud of your willingness to learn, grow, and embrace new information. Every minute you spend understanding your body is a gift to your future self and to those who care about you. Perhaps you're thinking back to the early days of your recovery, or remembering that moment when you first heard the words pulmonary embolism. It may have felt overwhelming, even frightening. That's perfectly normal. Many people feel the same. But as you've seen, you're not defined by your diagnosis, nor by the fears that come with it. Instead, you are defined by your courage to keep moving forward, to ask questions, to reach out for support, and to try again and again, even when the going gets tough. Let's not forget, healing isn't a straight line. There will be good days when you feel light, strong, and hopeful. And there may be tough days too, when fatigue, frustration, or worry try to creep in. But each day, no matter how it begins, brings its own opportunity to make a healthy choice, to show yourself compassion, and to celebrate every small victory. Maybe it's a walk around the block, preparing a nourishing meal, or simply pausing to take a few deep, grateful breaths. As we discussed, you don't have to walk this path alone. The power of a support system, be it family, friends, neighbors, or even online communities, can lift your spirits in ways you might never expect. Reaching out to someone, sharing your story, or listening to theirs can spark hope and foster resilience. You never know whose life you might touch with just a simple conversation or a shared moment of understanding. And don't forget about the wisdom that comes from working with your healthcare team. Regular check-ins, honest questions, and keeping your care plan up to date are powerful acts of self-advocacy. Trust in their expertise, but also trust in your intuition, because nobody knows your body better than you do. As you look to the future, try to carry with you the lessons of today. The value of gentle movement, the importance of hydration, the power of prevention, and, above all, the ability to listen to your body's signals. Remember that knowledge isn't just power, it's peace of mind. The more you know, the more confidently you can step forward into each new day, no matter what comes your way. And if you ever feel unsure or alone, remember stories like Frank's or Linda's or your own. These are the stories that remind us we are resilient, adaptable, and capable of finding joy again even after a setback. Maybe you'll inspire someone else just by sharing what you've learned here. Before we finish, let me say this: your best years aren't behind you. They're ahead of you, waiting to be filled with moments of laughter, connection, and discovery. So keep learning, keep moving, and above all, keep believing in your strength and your ability to write the next chapter of your story. Thank you for spending this time with me and with our wonderful community. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please share it with a friend or loved one. Subscribe for more practical, uplifting advice, and together, let's keep building a life of health, happiness, and hope one day at a time. You are never alone on this journey. Let's move forward, hand in hand, ready for brighter days ahead.